Many years ago, a colleague shared with me a story about a business transaction I will never forget. His company was purchasing a family-owned business from an older gentleman. This was a $100 million transaction. Legal and business teams worked for months to tee up the deal, but just before signing, the seller mysteriously backed out. Everyone was left scratching their heads. What had just happened? A younger man on the buyer's team asked if he could approach the seller to see if he could get to the bottom of the sudden change of heart. To everyone's surprise, the seller opened up to the young man. "Well, my wife cried and told me I couldn't sell." The young man inquired why she was so upset by the proposed sale. It turned out, through their ownership, his wife was able to get a brand new pink Cadillac every year. Signing the dotted line meant no more pink Cadillac. The man simply walked away from the deal to save his wife's pink Cadillac. The young man thanked him for sharing and asked if it would be possible to put the deal back on the table if the pink Cadillac issue could be resolved. To everyone's surprise, the man agreed. Days later, the $100 million transaction closed, with a provision promising a pink Cadillac to the seller annually for the rest of his wife's life. Understanding what motivates your customer is a critical component to great customer service. Whether negotiating a deal, selling a product, delivering a service, or almost any other facet of customer service, the best of the best know exactly how to win their customers' hearts. While many theories of motivation exist, one popular theory is known as the incentive theory of motivation. This theory states that people's patterns of behaviors are heavily influenced by the pull of rewards. In other words, if you can embed reward into your product or service, you can positively influence the behavior of your customers, whether internal or external. If that sounds expensive, don't worry, it doesn't have to be. Rewards can be big and flashy like a pink Cadillac, but they can also be small and subtle. Let's take a look at an example, brushing your teeth, something you do multiple times every day. Well, hopefully. Did you know that during World War I, the teeth of American soldiers were so bad that the Army designated poor dental hygiene as a national security risk? Toothbrushes had been around for centuries, but their use had yet to be adapted by the masses. And despite heavy marketing, the interest in toothpaste was even less. That was until Pepsodent introduced a small change. That minty tingle we all love today in our toothpaste. The minty tingle had no bearing on the cleanliness of your teeth, but it created a small mental reward for users that spurred on consumers to make brushing their teeth with toothpaste part of their daily routine. A small, subtle reward led to a major cultural shift. Let's switch to an internal customer service example. Roadload Inc. specializes in loading and unloading pallets of asphalt binder onto rail cars to be shipped across North America. Each of its dozens of locations have a direct impact on their own financial performance through factors such as speed, accuracy, safety, and attendance, which all impact their respective bottom lines. As Roadload's central account and finance team looked for ways to report monthly financial performance by location, one of its team members, who studied incentive theory in college, wanted to experiment with ways to motivate financial performance. Because the company had always been a big supporter of the Special Olympics, she decided to build a leaderboard with a gold, silver, and bronze reward system. Each month, a virtual leaderboard would show monthly performance of the various locations in 4 areas: profit, EBITDA, margin, and margin improvement. The monthly leaders in each of these areas would have a gold, silver, and bronze digital medal by their location names on the leaderboard. Further, at the end of the year, locations would be rewarded with a physical gold, silver, or bronze medal for their annual performance in each of these 4 categories. The cost of this program was small, but the benefits company-wide were great. This small reward of a little medal went a long way to drive their internal customers' performance. As the world's most famous nanny once put it, in every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. Whether big or small, find what motivates your customers. Look for a reward in every interaction, whether it's a $100 million deal or a daily hygiene habit. The pink Cadillacs are out there. With a little creativity, you can find a big win for both you and your customer. Thank you.